Hi, I want to show you a basic dashboard in Watson Analytics. As you can see, I'm already in Watson Analytics. I previously loaded a couple of datasets and created a few graphs with our data. The data we are exploring right now is from the World Watson event in 2016. I have separated the graphs into two tabs, Attendees and Sessions. First, let's explore the Attendees tab. One of the fields in the attendees dataset was the country of origin. This allowed me to create a world map where we can clearly identify the countries with the most attendees. Since the event took place in Las Vegas, there is no surprise that most attendees were from the US. For the people that attended the event from inside the US, we can narrow it down to state. As you can see, New York and California were the top two states in attendance. Of course, we can change the graphs in pretty much any way we desire. For example, instead of a heat map, we could have used a column or pie chart. This really only depends on the requirements of the customer and the quality of the data. Now, let's look at the attendees' role in the respective companies. As you can see, many C-level executives attended World Watson 2016. However, most people that attended identified themselves as an IT professional. What about the attendees' main areas of interest? In this graph, we can see that most attendees were interested in Watson, business analytics, and analytic solutions. This is not surprising since this event was World Watson. In the donut chart, we can see a breakdown of the number of employees in the companies that visited the event. 45% of the attendees came from companies that have more than 5,000 employees. It is important to note that we can add much more than graphs to a dashboard. We can add text, images, videos, web pages, and all sorts of indicators. Now, let's switch to the Sessions tab. Our first graph here is a tree map showing the sessions divided by categories. We can see that Advanced Analytics, Data Management, and Watson were the top categories. The column chart in the left represents the top 3 companies that gave sessions during World Watson. I removed IBM from this graph since the great majority of sessions was given by IBM. We can see that Box gave 7 sessions, but Rocket Software and the Weather Company provided 5 sessions each. On the right, we can see a breakdown of the number of sessions by each pillar of the event. As you can see, monetizing data was by far the most important pillar of 2016. Finally, let's take a look at the number of sessions by industry. On tree maps, we can isolate one or several categories. For example, if we want to focus on the retail industry, I just need to click on it. As I said, this is just a quick overview of a very basic dashboard. We can add more graphs and change the style in many ways. I hope you have enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.